Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine and today's video is going to be going over my Sephora recommendations and my wish list because the Sephora VIB savings event, is it just the Sephora savings event? I don't really know exactly what it's called, but Sephora sale is coming soon, and so I figured I would love to share what I recommend and what I'm hoping to pick up. Yeah, so let's get into it. Alrighty, so if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Catherine. I am a beauty and reselling enthusiast, so that is what to expect on this channel. If that is something that you're into, then please consider subscribing. Today's video, like I said, is going to be going over the Sephora savings event. I just looked it up. It is called Sephora savings event. That is going to be starting at the end of October, and just kind of reviewing what I feel would be best if you're my recommendations if you're looking to shop the sale, and then what I'm my very long wish list. So to start off with some dates, I am reading that it looks like it's going to start October 27th, which is this upcoming Friday. I'm filming on the 24th and I'm hoping to be able to get this up soon. So that is going to be first access for Rouge. Rouge gets 20% off, and basically to get the different tiers you have to spend like so much money in a year to be considered a Rouge. So that's going to go from October 27th through the whole event, which is going to end on November 6th. Then goes to VIB, which is 15% off. That is going to start on Halloween, so October 31st through the end of the event. And then Insiders, which is anybody you could join today and be considered an insider, you get 10% off, again, starting on Halloween and then going to the end of the event. And then throughout that whole time, Sephora collection is going to be 30% off to everybody, and they actually have some pretty good stuff. So don't miss out on the Sephora collection. You can use it as many times as you like. From my understanding, you just can't combine coupons. So for instance, if you use your 20% off, you can't also use that 10% off, like converting your points into money off. You cannot do that. If you do shop on in store, just make sure to mention the coupon code time to save when you're checking out. And then if you're checking out online, the code is time to save. It looks like to be in all caps. I will also have everything linked down below. They are affiliated links, so if you do shop through them, I truly appreciate it. It helps helps sustain this channel. If not, no worries. I try to use somebody's code that you really like to help them out, but if not, that is totally cool. So let's get into the things that I actually recommend from the sale. Yeah, let's just get into it. So the first one I will say is pretty much any Natasha Denona product. This is the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude. This is one of their newest palettes. She's been coming out with a lot of palettes lately, so good for her. She's been coming out with she had the Yucca palette, then this one, and then she just came out with the Midi Xenon palette, which probably would be part of the sale if that's something you're into. It's a little bit too gray leaning for me, but to each their own. But anyways, this is what this palette looks like. So pretty, beautiful nude everyday type of palette. I do have a swatching video which I will link up in the corner for you if you're interested to see what these look like. I haven't been able to use this one on my eyes yet because I'm currently working through all of my like Halloween-esque palettes for my Shop My Stash, which I will link my current October Shop My Stash in my in the corner somewhere up here. It's have my very purple eyeshadow on today. Everything that I'm wearing minus the lip is going to be linked. Recommendations, pretty much any Natasha Denona palette. If you had your eye on one, I would suggest picking it up, but I would only, now I have something in my eye, I would only suggest picking it up if you are Rouge. And why I say that is because shopping on the Natasha Denona website itself is actually much easier and faster than shopping on Sephora. I feel like it gets packaged up a lot nicer too. So and there are plenty of codes out there to get 15% off. So if you're not a Rouge at Sephora, then I wouldn't bother. I wouldn't bother shopping Natasha Denona because you can get the same percentage as well as free shipping over so much, and then really, really, really great shipping. So there is that. I will also pull out my other Natasha Denona recommendation. Sorry, I have like something in my eye. Mascara. All right, so my other Natasha Denona recommendation is actually going to be the High Glam concealer. Is that what it's called? Yeah, High Glam concealer. It's brightening and hydrating, crease proof, and serum concealer. I have mine in the shade N1. I do have a fair to light skin tone with cool to neutral leaning undertones. I feel like the lighting is making me look more yellow than what I normally am, but that is my undertones. This one, I feel like this shade N1 kind of, I should have gotten a lighter shade if I wanted to be a little bit more brightening, but this is a really great skin match. So if you're not really into a super bright under eye or want something that's going to match more of your skin tone, then this one was really great for doing that, and I would recommend picking it up during the sale. But again, only if you get 20% off. If you don't get 20% off, then go to the Natasha Denona website to get it. All right, the next item that I recommend is actually the Kosas Waves. No, it's called the Kosas Sun Show, and I have mine in the shade Waves. This is a really pretty bronzer, kind of a somewhat of a illuminating type of bronzer, and again, I'm fair to light, and the Waves is, I think, the lightest of the shades and works really well for me. I have it on today and it's super duper nice. It's one of those I feel like you can't really go overboard with it. It's kind of foolproof, so you can keep loading it up, and it's still gonna look really nice, really blendable, not anything super harsh, and it's not anything that's gonna be like a blinding highlight on you, like a bronzer highlight duo. It's more of just kind of this illuminance type of look to everything. I do know that sometimes Kosas people are having issues with like them being almost rotten arriving because they like don't have preservatives or anything in it, but it just kind of smells like product to me. It doesn't smell like anything. I've heard rancid fries before, but this smells really nice to me. This one I actually did pick up at Kosas website itself, so again, double check all of these websites. If you're gonna pick up any sort of products, make sure you're looking at the websites themselves, because sometimes they'll have better deals. Again, this is only if you get rouge and there are multiple things that you're wanting to get from multiple different brands. Would I recommend shopping through the Sephora, but most of the time you can get a better discount through the website itself. All right, I guess we'll just stick on the bronzer train because we're there. Another bronzer I would recommend is the Haus Labs Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer. I have mine in the shade Light Level 1. Again, try not to blind everybody. Very similar to the Kosas one. I feel like this is very effortless. You can just build it up pretty nicely. It's not overly pigmented right off the bat. It's something that you do build up, but it doesn't have like any harsh edges. Just a really nice neutral color. Again, perfect for somebody who is on the fair to light side with neutral cooling undertones. So this one I would recommend. And then let me look at my goodies if that's the last bronzer. Yes, this is the last bronzer that I will recommend. This is from Give Beauty. This is the Gwen Stefani brand. This one is the Pick It Up Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo, and I have mine in Heaten Up, which I believe is the lightest of the shades. And this one's really nice because you get a cream contour and a really nice bronzer. Again, the cream contour is going to be more on the cool leaning side. The bronzer is, I would say, more on the neutral, maybe slightly warm leaning side, but I like how you get both of them. This is super duper natural. Really, you could build it up. It's not going to be anything too intense right off the bat. And that's how I like my makeup. I like to be able to, you know, some days I want it to be softer, some days I want it to be more intense, but I can still do it with the same product, opposed to, you know, one product being super duper intense and that's pretty much all it's good for. So this one I do recommend. Some people, it just have a little bit of a smell to it. It's not unpleasant in my opinion, but I've heard some people don't like it. So the other Give Beauty product I would recommend is actually the highlighter. This is the Check My Glow Multi-Dimensional Illuminating Highlighter. I have mine in Platinum Cowgirl, which again, I believe is the lightest of the shade. I think all of mine are gonna be like the lightest of the shades, but this is what it looks like. So it kind of has a few different types of highlighters in there. I usually just mix them all up, and again, it has this really nice just kind of illuminating type of look. It's not going to be this super blinding highlight at first. I think you could probably build it up to that, but that's just not my preference. So this is really just beautiful, natural, lit within. That always just sounds weird. Lit within. I feel like I'm missing a word there, but really nice. Recommend it. I'm sure it could build up to be blinding if that's your preference as well. Let's see, we'll stick on the powders. So another recommendation that I would have for you, and I can't remember if I've recommended this or not before, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush. This is the Airbrush Brightening Flawless Finish Complexion Perfecting Eye Face Micro Powder. That's a whole sentence. It's a whole sentence on the back of this package. So what this is kind of this very nice translucent powder, have quite the dip in it. What I use this for is for setting my under eyes and my eyelids and any other place that I look to brighten. And again, this is just really finely milled pressed powder that is kind of gives that brightening effect, but not overly brightening either. Like, it's not going to be white under your eyes. It just kind of blends in really nicely to your concealer. So I would recommend that. Clearly, if I have such a huge pan in it. And last, for the powder products that I would recommend, let me double check this is even on Sephora. I was about to recommend you something that's not even on Sephora. It's the RMS Beauty Blush. I just realized that it's not on Sephora. I must have got it from Ulta or something like that. But this is a really nice blush. If you ever want to pick it up from Ulta or RMS Beauty, let me try to open it. Why is this being difficult? So this is the blush. They have a few different shades. What is it called? The Redimension Hydra Powder Blush. Mine is in French Rose, but you cannot get this at Sephora, just by the way. All right, so as far as foundations that I would recommend, I actually really like this Laura Mercier Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Foundation. I have mine in the shade 1C1 or Cool Vanilla. This is really nice. I think I picked this up closer to maybe like the middle of summer, end of summer, somewhere around there. I did use it in one of my Shop My Stashes. I really liked this. I thought it was weightless. It had really great coverage, but not full coverage. It's definitely more of a, I would say, if I remember correctly, kind of a light to a medium coverage, maybe buildable. The color was beautiful. The finish was beautiful. I like something that just with a natural finish. You know, I don't like things leaning too matte or too dewy or anything like that. I kind of like it in the middle. And I felt like this was a really great in between of everything. And it just looked so nice and wore well. I wouldn't say it was the most long wearing foundation, but for what I wanted it to be, you know, kind of just get me through a work day and look nice, it worked really well. As far as brows, I'm always going to recommend the Kosas Air Brow. This is the Tinted Volumizing Treatment Gel. This is my backup that I picked up, and I get mine in the shade dark brown. It works super well. It's very texturizing. It doesn't hold up your eyebrows like glue or anything, but it does provide some structure to it, provide some volumizing to it, and some color pigment. So that's what I really enjoy about it. And one tube lasted me a very long time. I'm currently working through my e.l.f. one at this moment, which I would say, I don't know if it's an exact dupe of it, but it's a really good comparable to it, if you will, for a much cheaper cost. But it's like Kosas Air Brow Light. It doesn't give everything that Kosas gives, but it is a less expensive lighter version. Does that make sense? So I would recommend this one, especially if you can get it at a discount. And then as far as eyeliners, I actually really love this Rare Beauty, what do they call it? Perfect Strokes Matte Liquid Liner. I do have that on today. I really, really enjoy the, I think this is a brush tip. I think it's a brush tip. Like I said, I have a really hard time remembering if it's brush or felt. I'm pretty sure it's a brush tip, but I love the pointed, very fine tip of it. It gets really easy to just line your lashes, or really easy to create a wing or anything like that. So definitely recommend this Rare Beauty eyeliner. And then as far as fragrances, the first one that I would recommend is this Kayali Yum, the pistachio gelato one. I actually picked this up last Sephora sale in spring. So I picked up the tester one and I finished it within a few weeks. I don't even think I finished it before I picked this one up. I knew I liked it so much that I picked it up before I even finished the tester because the sale was still going on. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's how it happened, because the sale was still going on, so I wanted to make sure that I got this at a discount. But this one is super duper nice. Let me pull up the notes really quick so I can read them off for you. So this fragrance is it's in the warm and spicy fragrance family. The scent types are warm and sweet gourmands. Keynotes are pistachio, gelato, cotton candy, and whipped cream. It says it's a delicious combination of rich, nutty pistachio, and hazelnut blended with rum that wraps you in warmth and sweetness, while delectable and fluffy whipped cream, marshmallow, and cotton candy intertwine to sugary indulgence. A truly yummy fragrance that charms with an unforgettable gourmand scent trail that will have you smelling good enough to eat. So, it smells so nice. So it's not sickeningly sweet. It is sweet, but that warmth and spiciness kind of comes up at the end, and it smells so good. It is one of those things that I think I would definitely test it out before you go and try anything. So I always recommend before the sale starts going in stores and like testing any shade matches. If like you're gonna get a foundation or a concealer, go in there, try to get shade matched first before you buy it online or buy it in the sale, just to you know, prevent returns and whatnot. And that's also time to go check out fragrances to see if you like the notes of it. But this is so pretty, so nice, and the bottle is so pretty too. All right, and so my last recommendation for the Sephora sale is, I got a hair, is from Fuller. This is Father Figure. Again, I picked this up, I don't even think I picked this up in a Sephora sale. I think I paid full price for this. I used this within a week. 1 week. I went on vacation, so it was the only perfume I brought with me, but I used this up in 1 week. The fragrance family is earthy and woody. The scent type is warm woods. Keynotes is lush fig, jasmine, dew, and sandalwood. It says that it's rooted in lushness. Father Figure is a vivid green fragrance that captures the intimate feeling of cool. It opens with notes of fleshy fig and dewy cassis, then folds into notes of creamy sandalwood, orris root, vanilla Madagascar. Father Figure is layered and vibrant. Oh, this is so, again, so nice. And it's actually kind of funny. I'm like, why do they call it Father Figure? Fig is a note, figure, I don't know. It just it came to me today. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. This I'm going to pick up in the full size. This is so, so, so good. Again, I would recommend going in stores to get all of your scent profiles to see what you like, and then pick them up online, because usually you can get not only discount codes of whatever percentage you have off, but if you use like Rakuten or Honey or things like that, you can usually get some money back as well. So definitely recommend. All right, so now that I gave you my recommendations, let's look at my extremely, extremely large wish list at this point. So this is what I do is that if I like watch videos, YouTube videos, I'm like, oh, that looks really great. Like I'm gonna go put it in my Sephora cart. So basically I try to wait for these Sephora sales to make any sort of big purchases, because I am rouge, so it is nice to get that 20% off. But sometimes I forget that I have things in here. And so I have 36 items in my wish list at this point. A lot of them, I shouldn't say a lot, but some are like the same product, different shades. So that's why it's so long. I will not be purchasing all of this. I will be cutting it down quite a bit, but let's just go through and see what I thought would have been a good idea at the time. So the first one is the NARS Laguna bronzing cream in the shade Laguna 1, which I believe is the lightest of the shades. I want to say it's the newer of the lightest. It's a light bronze with neutral undertones. If I remember correctly, this was on my wish list last year as well too, and I think I went into stores and I did swatch it, and I just didn't feel it was as neutral as they said it was. But then if I'm remembering correctly, it might have been Teresa is Dead or something like that who used it and raved about it, and she and I have somewhat similar coloring and she really liked it, so I put it back on my list to kind of go re-swatch in store to see if I like it. And with any of these wish lists that I have below, please let me know if you've tried it, if you like it. Give me all the things. So the next thing is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake and Snatch Pressed Talc-Free Brightening and Setting Powder. I was going to pick mine up in Cupcake. I actually was wanting to try her loose powder as well. This is a newest powder that she just came out with, and it looked very interesting. The Cupcake shade is for fair to light skin tones with pink undertones to brighten it and disguise under-eye darkness. And I think the loose powder might be in the same name, if I'm not mistaken, maybe Pound Cake or something like that. But I haven't tried any of her powders, if I'm not mistaken. My next item is this Laneige Midnights Minis set. I think I was looking at this because I picked up a Laneige lip mask in my recent Ipsy box, which I can link up in the corner for you. I do a monthly battle of the unboxings, and this was an add-on. And so I was looking at it and I liked the idea of the little minis, and you got like all these different sets. Let's see what the flavors are, scents. Has berry, gummy bear, sweet candy, mint choco, and mango. So everything for like 20 bucks. You get 5 of these little minis. Thought that was cute. Also, that'd be really great like stocking stuffer gift. If you have a lot of people in your family or friends or anything like that, you know, kind of get one set and then you can like disperse them throughout who you think fits the best scent profile of each one. Let's see. All right, so here's an example of things that I have in different shades. So I have the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. I have it in my cart for the shade 05 Neutral, and then I think I have another one. It's further down my list, but this has been on my wish list for a long time, and I don't know why I still haven't gotten it. I feel like maybe because it's an older product, and I think I've just been more excited with maybe some of the newer releases of foundations that just hasn't made my list. But I mean, it has a natural finish, a medium coverage, hydrating. It has all of the things that I would like. So I think I'm gonna bite the bullet and pick this up and just see. Okay, so I have it in 0.5 neutral, and then I think I also have it in 1C or cool. So I was debating between those two. That's definitely one I'll have to look at in the store, and I think the store closest to me has Dior, so I'll have to go check that out. All right, and then I have the Fleur Father figure. That's a definite. I'm going to be picking that up. And in the terms of fragrances, because fragrances are quite expensive, I was going to pick up the 1.7 ounce, and it is priced at $96, which, to be fair, I feel like is on the cheaper side of fragrances. As sad as that is, I really feel like it's on the cheaper side of fragrances. Most fragrances are going to be like over $100. No, is it much cheaper? No, but it is on the below the 100 opposed to the above the 100. Then I have the Say Glowy Super Skin Lightweight Hydro Bounce Serum Foundation. I was eyeing the shade 4, which is described as very light skin tones with cool undertones. This must have been something that I've had in my cart for quite some time because I can't super remember why I want it. It has a radiant finish. Obviously somebody was talking about it and I was like, you know what, that sounds great. That might be one that I take out because I don't know. Or if they have a mini. I'm always a mini fan too. So if you get the option of getting minis, go for it. Something that I know I'll be taking out of my wish list, and why I'm taking it out is because I already purchased it at Ulta when they were having a sale. That is the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna Ease Drop Stick Blur and Smooth Tint Stick Foundation. I ended up getting mine in 2. I haven't color matched it yet. I have it over here. I haven't color matched it yet. I was between 1 and 2. And 1 just seemed too light. 2 hopefully will blend in just fine. But I already picked that one up, so I can remove that from my list. Another thing from Rare Beauty is the Brow Harmony Precision Eyebrow Pencil. I was gonna check out Deep Brown. I don't remember hearing anything about this. I think I just got an email from Rare Beauty and they were like, hey, we got these new products and we're introducing eyebrows now. So why not? Why not? But I am pretty satisfied with my Kosas Wow Brow and my the e.l.f. one that I'm using. So I already have other eyebrow products. I probably don't need to get it. Another item was from Sephora collection, and like I said, Sephora collection, you get 30% off throughout the whole sale, and they have some great stuff and they're already really nicely priced. So I was looking at the Best Skin Ever liquid foundation. I've heard that's been compared to like the Giorgio Armani, what is it, Luminous Silk one, which I absolutely love. I love that one and I still have some of that one. But I would like to test out something that could be cheaper because the Giorgio Armani one is like $65 for a fluid ounce, and this one's $20 plus 30% off. That would be great. So I was looking at the shade 4N for fair skin with neutral undertones, but to be fair, when you look at it, and I know the screens do some sort of something, it just doesn't, like, it looks really yellow. So again, this might be something I have to go test out in store. I have to take my own advice. Okay, so another Sephora collection is the dry shampoo, where I lost my place, dry shampoo brush cleaner. So that just sounded super interesting. I love dry shampoo. I need some dry shampoo. My hair is looking kind of greasy. I love dry shampoo for my own hair, so that a brush cleaner sounds really cool, and if I can get it for 30% off, that would be even better. Something from Milk Makeup. I haven't used something from Milk Makeup in a while. This is the Kush Brow Shadow Stick Waterproof Eyebrow Pencil. Now this one looked really interesting because it almost looks like an eyeshadow stick, like how thick it is, and it's like supposed to be somewhat waxy and providing color at the same time. My only concern is that it's so blocky. Like, I mean, it just looks blocky. So it's like, how can you create hair-like strokes? Is it just gonna be like a Sharpie almost? So I think that was just more for science. I'm like, I have to see this in store to see what it's like, because it looks very, very interesting. Then I have the Nessa Myricks Beauty Yummy Skin Smoothing Serum Skin Tint Foundation with peptides and ceramides. I was looking at the shade 2. Again, I've heard really, really great things about this. looking at it now, 2 shade is supposed to be fair skin with neutral undertones. Again, it looks yellow. It's a radiant finish though, so maybe I need to go through, because I'm kind of like realizing what I like and what I don't like. And like I said, I think the radiant finish, because I have an oily skin, it just looks too oily. So I need to stick with like natural ones. And now I'm looking up one that was not originally in my wish list, but I'm looking at it now, is the Glossier Stretch Fluid Foundation with Buildable Coverage. And this one says natural finish, medium coverage. Okay, all right, let's put it in my cart. I would be looking at the shade Very Light 1, which is a neutral undertone. Let's see what it looks like. I mean, it looks, ooh, Very Light 1 looks very, very light. Let's see, what's Very Light 2? That's with a pink undertone. Just put it in the basket. I'll just remind myself later. Okay, and of course I have tons of fragrances in here. One of them being the Ellis Brooklyn Sand Fragrance Body Mist. I do love me some Ellis Brooklyn. So the body mist kind of reminds me of the Sol de Janeiro ones, which I also have one in my cart. So I will have to whittle down a lot of my fragrances, because this body mist is priced at $45. Granted, I get 20% off, but do I want to pay $36 for a body mist? Probably not. Another foundation, I always have tons of foundation in these videos. The Hourglass Veils Hydrating Skin Tint Foundation. I was checking out shade 3, which is fair with neutral undertones. This one said it's light coverage and long wearing. Cool. So I like kind of lighter finishes. I like, I think I said earlier, light to medium coverage, so that sounds really nice. Some more fragrances, the 7 Virtues Vanilla Woods Eau de Perfume Travel Spray. I always try to pick up travel sprays if I've never smelt it before or haven't worn it on my skin, because even your skin pH kind of changes the fragrance of things. I always opt to do travel sprays. You can actually go into Sephora as well and get free, I think you get up to 3 free samples at a time of fragrances. So that's always a good way of checking them out too. Already talked about the Dior Backstage. I have the Lawless Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Satin Cream Lipstick in the shade Wedding Day. I really love their plumping gloss. I believe it's called the Gloss, but this is a newer cream lipstick, and the shade's really, really pretty. I don't need any more lipsticks. I don't, but I'm probably gonna get it. Probably. The next one is this KVD Dazzle Gel Hyper Metallic Vegan Eyeshadow. I think I was just so attracted to the color of it. The Green Nebula one, which is an emerald green shimmer with a black base. I just thought it looked really fun. I probably won't pick this up because I have tons of very similar shimmers in not single shadows, but like in eyeshadow palettes. So I probably don't need a single shadow, and I don't gravitate towards single shadows either. Oh, another item from Milk Makeup, the Odyssey Hydrating Non-Sticky Lip Oil Gloss in Work Trip. Let's see. Ooh, that's a nice gloss. Shimmer finish, vegan, high shine, cruelty-free hydrating. A clean, high shine, non-sticky lip gloss made with vitamin-rich oils for a nourishing burst of hydration and juicy semi-sheer color. I was doing so well with not picking up any lip products because I will link my declutter series that I did last year, which I will be gearing up again for this year. And I got rid of a lot of lip products, and I was very proud of myself. And I didn't purchase any lip products for the longest time, and now I feel like I'm purchasing them again, and I'm scared. But it looks really, really nice. It does look really nice. All right, we keep it in the list. You won't imagine how many times I go through this list before I actually purchase anything, and I'm like, I read reviews, I look at it again, I'm like, is this gonna work for me? Is this not gonna work for me? Because I'm trying to reduce, as much as I love new products, I'm also trying to reduce waste in the sense of like returning things. So I really try to see if this is gonna work for me before I purchase it, which I have gotten a lot better instead of just blind buying. So I'm proud of myself. It's baby steps, y'all. It's baby steps. All right, some more lip products. Hourglass Phantom Volumizing Glossy Lip Balm. I think I have a few shades. The first one being Thrill, which I think is more of a reddy type of shade. Yes, it is a bright red. It's not that bright. Is that the right one? I'm looking at the different models. It didn't look that bright. But now, yeah, okay. So she must have been wearing something different. Oh, that's really pretty. It's really pretty, but I don't wear lips. I have been thinking about doing like a vlog where I wear a different like bold lip every day to kind of get me in that comfort zone of, or I should say out of my comfort zone of not wearing any lips. Typically, I don't wear anything on my lips except some sort of balm, which is the irony of why do I have so many lip products? You tell me. All right, so another Ellis Brooklyn fragrance body mist. This one is in C. Let's see what the difference notes are. So the one in C has fresh citrus and fruits, Italian mandarin, pineapple leaves, and tonka bean. I think that's why, because I like that pineapple leaves. So there was that one, and then the one I talked about earlier from the sand. There's C and sand has, let's see, it's a warm and sweet gourmand, so coconut milk, ginger lily, and vanilla absolute. Oh god, that sounds good too. What I will say is for these sales is yes, I go ham because makeup is one of my it's just one thing I love to do. It's something I collect, it's something I save money for. So every time I like get paid out from You For Me, which if you aren't familiar with them, they are a reselling site for beauty products, beauty and skincare and hair care products. And so anytime I get one of my subscription boxes and I just don't use it or don't like it, I send it off to them and they resell it, so I recoup money. So basically what I do is every year I save all of the money that I earned from them and then use it towards my purchase. So it's my girl math, if you will. All right, one thing that I'm going to take off because I already picked it up is the Yves Saint Laurent Myself Eau de Perfume Travel Spray. I picked it up again at Ulta because they were having like a 5-time points on Yves Saint Laurent, so I picked that one up. But the notes are earthy and woody. Scent type is citrus and woods. Fresh Accord, Orange Blossom Absolute, and Woods Accord. So I picked this up to kind of, hopefully it would be more of a unisex scent for my husband and I to both use, because that sounded really nice. Oh my gosh, I have so many more things. I need to hurry up. All right, another one is Skylar Vanilla Sky Rollerball. So that one is more of a vanilla scent. We have Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Crush Cheirosa, the number 40 Balm Dia Hair Body Fragrance Mist. Lord, send help. Okay, this one I was gonna get in the mini size. This one has Black Amber Plum, Vanilla Woods, and Jasmine Bloom. So I apparently was on a vanilla kick and need to tone that back again. And okay, I'm like, why is this so expensive? Oh, it's because I had 2 in my cart. The other one is Skylar Fall Cashmere. Let's see what that one is supposed to be like. Cinnamon Bark Roasted Almond Spice Ginger. Oh, that sounds so good. Okay. Then we have the Dior Rosy Glow Blush. I've talked about this before, is that I kept trying to dupe it with so many different things, and I might as well just get it to try it out to see what it's really like. So I think I'm gonna pick it up. Another Hourglass Phantom Volumizing Gloss, but this one is in the shade Sense. Let's see what that one looks like. In the shade Sense. Ooh. That one's really pretty. They called it a peachy beige. Then the House Labs by Lady Gaga Triclone Skin Tech Hydrating Anti-Puffing Concealer with Fermented Arnica. I was going to pick mine up in Fair Rosy. Funny, not funny story, kind of an annoying story is Sephora always sends me information of like, hey, what's new at Sephora? What's new at Sephora? They sent this like 10 weeks in a row of what's new at Sephora and this damn House Labs concealer. So they were trying really hard. Little did they know I was going to pick it up anyways. I was just waiting for the sale. Oh, look, more lip products. NARS Power Matte Long Lasting Lipstick in the shade Dragon Girl. I think this one was supposed to be like a very, let's see, a Vivid Siren Red is what they call it. Ooh, Vivid Siren Red. To me, that looks more pink. Okay, look at me. I'm gonna remove it. It looks more pink in the picture opposed to like a red of what I would want. So look at me removing stuff. You go, girl. All right, and apparently I have been on a deodorant kick recently. I'm trying to find something that, like, I'm getting like ingrown hairs underneath my arms, so I'm trying to get something that can reduce the ingrown hairs. So I've looked up Drunk Elephant Sweet Pity Deodorant Cream, as well as Kosas Chemistry AHA Serum Deodorant. I am currently using the Salt Air AHA salicylic acid gel deodorant or something like that. I just started using that, so I don't have any thoughts on it yet, except that it smells really good. I got it in Cental, and then the other one is Pink Blossom, something like that, with the pink top. So I'll let you know. Look, another Dior Backstage Face and Body in a different shade. This one was 0.15, so I think I have the 0.5, the 1, and the 1.5, so I'll really have to check to see which one works for me. And lastly, the last product that I would like to pick up, or at least is on my wish list, is the Hourglass Veil Travel Powder Brush. So this one is a recent launch that came, oh, that was hair, that came out with their newest collection of powders with all the different really pretty art on them, and I really liked the one with the snake, but I did not want to spend that much money on a whole palette, so I was like, ooh, they came out with something with that art on it, and apparently like this brush is supposed to be really great according to Teresa. Teresa is dead, so I thought that would be kind of cool to pick up, but it's $54 for a travel brush. Yeah, but it's in my wish list. So, all right, going through, that is everything that I would recommend from Sephora. Everything that is on my wish list. Like I said, I will be whittling this down quite a bit because Lord knows I do not need that much stuff. My wallet doesn't want that much stuff either. So this is just something that I've been accumulating for quite some time. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. What do you recommend from Sephora? Are you shopping the sale? Like, definitely no pressure to shop. This is they are trying to get that FOMO. And I will say, if you're not Rouge, so if you're VIB or Insider, they have been very sneaky about sending a 20% coupon closer to Christmas time that everybody can get. So we have this like savings event, you know, at the end of October, beginning of November, and then sometime in the beginning of December they will send out a 20% coupon for everybody. So, you know, if you're not Rouge right now, maybe wait till then. Definitely check out other websites as well. You know, they know that Sephora does this every year, so they try to compete. So don't get sucked into having to buy these things. Only buy what you absolutely love and feel like it's a good deal for you. But yes, let me know, what are your recommendations down below? Do I need to check it out? Probably not, but I probably will. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.